So I and all of us who were born in the 50s or thereabouts, and since I guess, I'm grateful, so grateful, to have lived a life free of war and invasion. We're remembering today in the hope that our nation does not repeat the mistakes of the past. I have a reputation for being a bit gloomy. Yeah, I know. I've been likened to Eeyore, to Pooh, to Marvin, the paranoid android from Hitchhiker's Guide. We're all doomed. Well, when I was reading Jeremiah for the first time back in the 1970s when I was a student, I was struck forcibly by the similarities of the state of the nation then and our own country. And I thought, my goodness, we are all doomed. And yet we are still here. And things are going on. I mean, things have got more broken, that's for sure. The foundations are being shaken, are they not? I was struck by Isaiah chapter 3, where he describes how the Lord takes away strong leaders and gives us the leaders that we deserve. He will raise up mere children to rule over us, mere boys. I invite you to consider around the world who might fit into that category. And so my prayer and our prayers of God's people has been for mercy. Lord, have mercy upon this land. We understand that sometimes you have to shake things up in order to draw people back to yourself, to make us aware that we're going down the wrong path, and to turn back to you and find forgiveness and healing. But Lord, while you're doing that, in your mercy, preserve our peace, our freedom, the measure of justice we enjoy. And for our leaders, there's a little thing in the Old Testament that speaks of the men of the tribe of Issachar who understood the times and knew what Israel should do. I commend that to you as a prayer to pray for our leaders, whatever you may think about them. Lord, make Rishi Sunak to be a man who understands the times and knows what Britain should do. Benjamin Netanyahu, the leaders of the Palestinians, the same prayer for each of them, to know what should be done. In Gaza, Ukraine, the threat from China as well. It's easy to be gloomy, and it would be easy for me to preach a gloomy sermon. Those are the realities, and we have to face up to them as Christians. It's pointless trying to gloss over these things. There is so much to be thankful for. We thank God for the plenty that we enjoy in this country, for our healthcare, our justice, our freedom, and so on. But this song describes the state of a country and the state of the earth, really, where things are not going well. The mountains fall into the heart of the sea, those waters roar and foam, the mountains quake with their surging. The nations are in uproar, kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice, the earth melts. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolations he has brought on the earth. The Bible and the Christian faith does not shrink from describing reality as reality. These things are real, they are scary, they are worrying, but we who believe can and should be positive, because on the other side of it, God is our refuge and strength, and ever-present help in times of trouble. Ever present with us right now as we gather together to consider these things. He is here, he is with us. So as Christians, we don't wish to join in with the crazy nationalism of those of us around us, speaking of the demonstrations and so on, who cling to a romantic and largely fictional view of what it is to be British. We, who are believers, are the citizens of a new country, a new nation, a new way of living called the Kingdom of God, which was established and started through the death of Christ on the cross as he was enthroned there on the cross and then confirmed as the victor through his resurrection, and the dawn of the coming of the reign of Christ over everything began at that point. So we have become a holy nation, a chosen people, as Peter describes it, radically different from those around us, and we spend the rest of our lives, once we're in, learning how to live in that kingdom, what its culture is, what its values are, what the language is, the language of love. So my primary identity is not English, it is the nationality of the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God. And I share that with Christians from countries all around the world, and there are other countries represented here today. All Christians, all the same, belonging to the kingdom of God. What a marvellous truth that is. And we can experience its reality as we share across nationalities as Christians. So the dwelling place of God is with us. We are the new temple, the place where heaven and earth come together and the real presence dwells. There is a river whose streams make glad the city, the nation of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her, within us, and she will not fall. So we need to take those words on board, and though we see the anxiety, worry and fears, she will not fall. God will help her at the break of day. He's not going to abandon us or let us fail. The reign of Jesus has begun. And it is more real than anything else. It is more solid than anything. And if we can but see it with the eye of faith, when we see everything shaking, the foundations being shaken all around us. Now at present, the followers of Jesus, we are not immune from suffering, that is obvious. We are called to follow Jesus' example of how he helped, how he dealt with the suffering that he had to face, how he did not give up, how he was not defeated, how his love overcame everything. He makes the wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He will come. The reign of Christ has begun. When he comes, he will establish, he will bring the new earth from heaven, and he will put all wrongs to rights. We have that solid hope which we share. And then these well-known words, be still. Never mind all the fussing and worrying and fretting about what's going on. Be still, you lot, all my people, and know that I am God. And I will be exalted among the nations. Every knee will bow. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. He is our fortress. And we do that by the simple, day by day, living for goodness, for kindness, And we do things like sharing bread and wine together to remind ourselves we're not alone. We do this together.